Today I'm going to talk to you about building an ADU and utility requirements. Oftentimes people call me and they're part of a county or part of an area in the state where there is no sewer connection. So they have a septic tank. Can I build an ADU on a property with a septic tank? And the answer is most often you can. We just have to find the space for it. And we may need to increase the size of the septic tank and increase the leach fields that support the septic tank. Most folks that have a septic tank usually live on a larger lot because they're part of a county where they don't have access to the sewer lines. And this sounds prohibitive, but it's in fact not. So we're going to tie into the existing septic. We need to increase the size. On larger lots where you can put the ADU a bit further away from the primary residence, you can actually add a septic tank to that area. It's something we need to talk to with the Department of Environmental Health in San Diego County. That's the jurisdiction that we check with. In other parts of the state, it's usually a county oversight that will talk to you about septic tanks. The other utility that we think of often is, do I need to use solar? And if you have a detached ADU on your property, if you're planning to build a detached and you're going to be tying into the electrical of the primary residence, either the ADU or the primary residence have to have solar. And the plans have to demonstrate that you have enough solar coverage for both units. If you have a primary residence with solar panels on it and you're going to be tying in the ADU to the primary, you think, well, I already have solar panels. But what we have to demonstrate to some jurisdictions that you have enough kilowatt coverage in those panels to meet the requirements of the ADU. You're going to need to be mindful of that. If you don't have solar at all, you'll have to put it on one or the other, the primary or the ADU. And in most cases, I advise clients to put the solar on the primary for two reasons. One, the benefits would be to the primary, right? You're going to usually have a larger primary residence than the ADU, and that way you can service both with solar. The other fact would be that when you add solar to the plans of the ADU, you're creating another layer of oversight in the permitting process so that solar becomes just another thing that they have to look over, and it will increase the length of time it will take to get the permit in most cases. You have another thing like water. You tie into water and sewer. You can, when you think about your property and adding a detached ADU and thinking about sewer and water and electrical connections, we can actually use the same trench most often when we're doing the tie-ins. So there won't be a line over here for this one or a separate trench over on the other side of the property for something else. We just have to bury the sewer lower than the electrical and so on. So utilities are very much a part of your ADU plan. You need to know where you're tying into those things. If you're going to be using the existing electrical panel, you're also going to want to make sure that you have enough amperage there. Sometimes in older homes, you have a 100 amp panel and you're going to need to upgrade to a 200 amp panel. In some of the other videos, we talk about what does it cost to build an ADU. And these are factors in that cost evaluation of your project is, do I need to upgrade my electrical panel? Do I need solar? Do I need to add another septic tank if I'm on septic? Can I tie into sewer if I have a septic tank? In the time that my property was built, has the city brought sewer near my house? Would it be cheaper? Is now the time to do it? There's so many questions with utilities, and if you have any, please reach out to us. We'll be happy to take a look at your property and see what's going on there. Otherwise, click the link below and move on to another subject with us.